I was at the church today with the owner. We just making sure the heater is, good. Because we having a little problems. Been locking itself out, stuff like that, because it ain't getting enough water. The water stopped feeding and stuff like that. And as I'm walking out, this is why it's so important to have a relationship in God, that we in church and that we grounded, because God will start to speak to you and he will break it down to the lamest terms. And he said, don't that remind you of something was going on with this heat? I said, he said, when it's up and running, it's up and running. It's pumping out heat. It's refilling itself. It's taking all the precaution not to go back down and everything in that nature. But he said, when it started to get cold outside, the pressure started to weigh down on the heater and the water started to go wild a little faster than usual, because it's getting colder and colder. And of course, overnight it's getting real cold and the water just go down. And you know what happens to a heater when the water goes out of it? It stop producing. It don't pump nothing out, which means it locks itself out, which means it's trying to do everything that it can to get it, but it can't go nowhere because it's locked out. And God said, don't that remind you of something? And before I even got a chance to get a thought out or a sense, that's what people do. That's what people do to me. That's what your faith does when the pressures of life is weighing down on you. It start to fade quick, fast, in a hurry. Next thing you know, you trying to scramble from everything. But when you up. And God said this year, going into 2026, he said now it's time to be stable, because now it's time to keep that same feeling when you was up, even when you got to go back down to the bottom and learn a lesson. When you gotta free yourself for some stuff, when you gotta face some stuff. He said that's the same faith that's why he said it's important that we build ourselves on our most holy faith every single day, because there will become a time where situations will press up against us, and our faith starting when you prayed up, you can see it. And just like it was up top, after the precaution that was taken to make sure the water was staying up and your faith is staying up, it's going to kick in the same exact way. And that's when we really start to flow in life. Because our faith never wavered. Even no matter what situation, no matter if a shut off notice came, bills came, kids, and all that type of stuff, all that stuff, deep in your mind, even at the front and center, that God is going to bring me out, because I seen what he can do up top. So I know what he can do when I'm down here in that situation. 2026, it's time to take the steps, the precautions, and everything that we need to do to make sure that our faith is not wavering, making sure that we standing on his word, making sure we standing on our promise, and most importantly, making sure that we standing on him entire time, no matter what situation we face. And watch how our 2026 is starting to go. Watch where our faith takes us, the doors that couldn't have. Watch what God do for us in 2026.